everyone, welcome to Watch It Paint It. In this video, I would like to talk to you about Warhammer Underworld's Beastgrave. Actually, more specifically, I want to talk about the insert that is inside this game. Now, in this video, I'm basically going to be reviewing or taking a look at the Feldherr gaming insert for this particular game. It's a foam insert. They make tons of foam inserts, and I've got them for a few of my games. Now, this was the first one I actually opened. Well, I didn't open it. I didn't notice to begin with, but then I've started painting it, and now I'm like, alarm bells ringing. I need an insert. Now, let's have a look at the problem to begin with. Anybody with this game is probably quite familiar with what the inside of the box looks like. So I'm quite possibly familiar with this problem for this game. And maybe if you're a hardcore Warhammer Games Workshop player, this isn't a problem. You've maybe got bags and stuff to put your characters and pieces in, but as a board gamer like myself, or somebody new to the hobby, or maybe you just don't have boxes to put stuff in, this might be a familiar sight. Now, I didn't notice, as I said, when I first opened this game, it didn't dawn on me that this is the insert, this bit of cardboard around the outside. It's only as I started painting it, and even then I wasn't bothered. The miniatures were actually painted up on my shelves, was a non-issue. What's happened is I'm now playing the game and now transporting this to Benson's house, or even just to the table downstairs, and suddenly this is massively upsetting. It was actually the first time we put it away, Benson myself. You know, Benson spent a long time painting this fella, and this is not how you want to store miniatures that are painted to this caliber. Not even my guys, you know, that didn't take me as long, but I don't want them to get chipped and smash into each other, potentially break. I mean, look at that. And these are varnished, guys, so that's how much battering they're getting in this box when it's just being carted around. So this is probably a familiar sight to you. Cards are, like, that's not to mention the cards will actually go everywhere. I've tidied this up before I start the video, so it's not too bad. Dice are in there as well. Could have put them in a baggie, but the cards are everywhere and the miniatures are just scraping against each other. So the Feldherr insert is actually completely made of foam, and it consists of two pieces. You've got the main piece, which fits all of the pieces, and then you get this top thin layer just to stop them rubbing against any of the board that you could put on top, or at the top of the box, depending which way you orientate your pieces. I should mention, this is really thick, durable foam. I've used it before. It's never ripped on me. I guess if you pull hard enough, it'll rip, but my miniatures and pieces have never ripped. The actual piece of foam comes manufactured to hold all the cards of the game, a load of the tokens, the dice can go in here, and then these are custom fitted for each individual miniature of Beastgrave, and you simply take a piece, and I'm sure you guys can imagine, but that slots in there beautifully. And then it's actually so snug. If I tip it upside down, it'll probably fall out, although he's got enough spikes. He ain't coming out. And then the pieces are fairly obvious which ones go where. You know, this is my second time ever putting them away in here, and straight away, a couple of seconds you work out where. So it's not going to add too much time to putting them all away, as well as the cards just aren't going to go everywhere. And I'm not familiar enough with this, but I feel like there's basically two decks, right? So you get to keep them separately. My cards are all sleeved, by the way, and they do all fit in here. And then my tokens are in baggies, and I do think in baggies they're struggling. I mean, look at that. That's pretty much it, right? So I think the tokens actually have to come out the baggies to go into here. But I won't bore you with me putting this away. You've seen it's easy, and you know it's durable because I've used it before, and none of them have ever broken. So let's just have a look at what it looks like all inside. Right, guys. So I have fitted everything inside the box, and I thought I'd start with the box sealed again, because one thing I wanted to show you is that it's completely flush. One thing Feldherr do, and it's just to make components fit, is often it closes like that with a gap, but this one completely snug fit, and I'm a bit OCD about that, so I really like that this one, that's it. It's going to fit on the shelves exactly as it did before, and it's going to be nice and snug. So we'll have a look inside, and once again, everything's still in there. The instructions, both sets. Oh, I guess you don't even need the learn to play in there once you know how to play, so you could trim it down if you wanted, but it fits, no need to. Both game boards, and then as I mentioned, you get this top layer just to protect it from, I'm keep my board games on top, but I guess you could keep them on the bottom, but this would protect it from the lid of the box. Just a thin piece, nothing particularly special about that. And then here we go, this is the inside. Actually, for the miniatures, I got my 4-year-old daughter, Sophie, to fit these, and she did them all with the exception of this one. This one, that's a tricky shape. That's a little bit difficult to work out in there. Luckily, it was the last one left, so it was obvious to me, but I still didn't know about flipping it. The cards, as mentioned, all fit here. All the miniatures are great. The tokens, I mean, you saw it all fits, so it all fits, and I did nothing special. I just poured all of the baggies out into here. Nothing special. I didn't try and stack them in any way. You can see it's deforming this, but it doesn't really matter. The only thing I would say is, to me, it's just a little bit full. I feel like you're a sneeze away from these possibly being able to get free, or some of these. That's the only thing I can notice that's potentially a bit overfull. Now, I've not played Beastgrave enough to know, but as I keep scoring about 3 points, I'm not sure I need all of these victory points. I never seem to have enough wounds. I've like used this side twice, and I certainly don't have enough wounds. So let me know actually in the comments below if you don't need that many tokens. Maybe that's if there's 4 players or something, but this might just be overfull. And I've also put some tokens under there just because the dice had loads of space under it. I should mention that the other thing that comes in this kit is just a little bit of card for it, which is the proposal for sorting. So it does actually show you where they go, although the beasts are darkly lit and they were sprayed black, so it's kind of impossible to see, but you get an idea where the pieces are supposed to go, and you can see they're sleeved as well, so actually it showed me on the little bit of card. Guys, that is it. It's $8.99 at Feldherr, so that's in pounds, but they do ship worldwide, so there are various currencies. I'll let them do the conversions for you rather than me guessing what they were, but it's not particularly an expensive insert. I do feel like Games Workshop should put at least an insert in here, but you know, it means that we get a bespoke one. There's no other choice. I can make my own or buy a box to keep them in. I think this is absolutely perfect. I like board games. I like keeping them in the original box on my shelves. So this is spot on for me. I do like to pimp my games normally with an insert which makes setup and teardown easier. This doesn't particularly make setup and teardown easier, but it makes it not ruin my miniatures. You can see that I've stopped paint. I've not done any more because I was scared they're going to get wrecked. So what was the point in painting them? Now I'm going to be happy to carry on painting, guys. Hopefully that's enough show. Any questions, do just fire them away below and I'll let you know as best as I can. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. In this video, I would like to talk about Warhammer Underworld Beastgrave. Warhammer sounds like an awesome game though. Let me write that down. Already know, possibly not if you're, spoilers,